Shane.
Yo, people, you know what it is. More time is more time. I'm the monk, and we're back with another block rocking breakdown for you lot. This one's number 23. Excuse the sound settings. I have to use this crappy headphone. Forgot my wire for my mic. Left it at my missus' yard. Big fail. But instead, we got to keep the ball rolling. So we got the mic headset business. You know what I'm saying? But it sounds bullshito. You know what I mean? But it is what it is anyway. Like I said, Monk's Boxing Breakdown number 23. It's a big, big, big one this week. This weekend, this Saturday. We've got Eddie Hearn versus Frank Warren. 5 versus 5. I'll run through the teams shortly, but first of all, I just want to say this: the creature you're looking at right now, Eddie Frank, no, Frank Hearn. I mean, Eddie Warren. Disgusting. The most disgusting thing I've ever seen in this whole boxing time is uh, the whole time we've been doing these breakdowns, and the whole time I've been watching boxing, I haven't seen anything more disgusting than Frank and Eddie Hearn working together. The fake little pally pally. Really, they hate each other, but they're just acting like they like each other for the money. Frank might be a bit bamboozled by it, but I know Eddie Hearn's little conniving ways, I could just see him, you know what I'm saying, doing what he does, acting like he's looking up to Frank. I bet over glasses of wine and some food, Eddie's just been G'ing up Frank, you know what I'm saying, making Frank feel like a big man. Oh yeah, we could have mentioned your name in my house, and my dad this and my dad that, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, people, disgusting. I preferred it when these two were arch enemies and they were going back and forth doing their little thing. That was a lot more. That was real. You know what I'm saying? It was real emotions. But now you can see they still hate each other, but they're acting like they've put it aside for the bigger picture, for the greater good of our Turkey out our shake. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, people. We just we're getting the fights we're looking forward to, so that is what counts. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I can't stand Frank Hearn and Eddie Warren and that. Shit's disgusting. But anyway, like I said, it's number 23 of the Monks Boxing Breakdown. We've got the 5 versus 5 special. We're going to take a quick look at the tail of the tape for each fight. Have a little look at what each fight is bringing to the table. Make a prediction on the fight. Move on to the next one. That's the format right now. You know what I'm saying, people? That is the format. So without further ado, we might as well crack straight into this. I'm hoping the sound ain't too dodgy on this mic, but you never know. But yeah, let's head over to Box Live. That is the website I like to use when penciling in all my boxing events. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Write it down in your calendar. They got all the data for you. You know what I mean? They got everything you need, man. Box Live. You could use Box Rec as well. Both legitimate websites for boxing, everything boxing. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, let's get into it, man. First of all, so on the fight card, I think first up will be Hutchinson versus Richards. Now, both of these men, I wouldn't, I won't say lower tier, but they're not the greatest. Um, as you can see here, they've had Hutchinson's got a little bit of a better record, but Richards has got a little bit more experience. Um, But yeah, these guys are fighting June the 1st, tomorrow, Saturday, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Pay-per-view DAZN in America, and it will be on pay-per-view DAZN UK as well. 12 rounds at lightweight. We'll go through the tail of the tape. We'll go through Richards first. Richards is 34, a little old, coming into the latter stages of his career. He's 6'1", with a reach of 72.8 inches, fighting out of the orthodox stance. As you can see from the form chart, he's not really been doing too well. I mean, he's got a couple TKOs, and then in between those TKOs, he's got some UDs that he has lost, 12-round unanimous decisions. Um, so he's just like, I wouldn't say a journeyman, but he's along them lines. He ain't reaching the top, and I think this 5 versus 5 is a great opportunity for him to raise his levels, raise his game, and get his face out there. And if there is any a time to take it seriously and try and get your career to the next level, this boxing event is it. Because I don't see him being featured on many other cards unless he wins this one for Eddie. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, people, back to the tail of the tape for Richards. He's got 18 wins, 11 of those big wins coming by way of KO. So he has a KO percentage of 61. Here at Monks Boxing Breakdown, like I always say every episode, we like it to be 75% or above. Just means that you're not allowing it to go to a referee decision. You know what I mean? You're not leaving it to the imagination. You're just getting people the hell out of here. You know what I mean? You need to be getting 3/4 of your opponents out of the ring. Can't be leaving it to chance and seeing what the judges think, or you know what I mean. And you got to be. It's boxing at the end of the day. People want to see spectacular, you know what I mean, events, and that's why Mike Tyson was so revered. It wasn't because he never lost, because he did lose, but when he went out there, it was Smoky Joe Frazier settings. You know what I'm saying? Man, we're getting smoked, and you knew that if you paid for the fight, you were getting your money's worth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 75% is the golden percentage. He's got 3 losses, 1 draw, 130 pro rounds. So compared to Hutchinson, he's got double the amount of rounds. But let's get into Hutchinson. 17 and 1. So as you can see from the form chart, he got KO'd in the 5th round, TKO in one of his fights, but he's had back-to-back wins after that. You know what I'm saying? 17 wins, 13 coming by way of KO, with a KO percentage of 76. So he reaches the more-time standard of knockout percentage. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's looking good. Looking good for Hutchinson. He's got 1 loss, 1 draw. Is like I'm saying, the pro rounds are lacking, slightly lacking in the pro round sector, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Both of these man got some rankings, not really all that. Their rankings, yeah, ain't really all that. You know what I'm saying? There's no even point looking at them. These guys ain't making the top fours, the top threes. But I think Richards is slightly more, what could you say, slightly more, had a bit more flow of recent. He's had quite a lot of fights. I've seen him, yeah, I've seen him multiple times on some undercards. He's never been the main event. He's never been the main draw, but he's been about. I've seen quite a lot of Richards, and again, he's not spectacular. He's not anything special. Um, no disrespect. You know what I mean? It just is what it is at the end of the day. Same goes for Hutchinson. I haven't seen too much of Hutchinson. I don't think he's all that either, to be honest. I think both of these guys really need this this win, this event, you know what I mean, to help build their profiles and try and get their careers back on track. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So yeah, that's the tale of the tape for Richards versus Hutchinson. Before I make a prediction on this fight, though, let's take a quick look at their highlights. Let's have a quick look at what both of these fighters bring to the table. We'll start off with Hutchinson boxing. So let's have a quick look. Is it? It's not. Is it really Hutchinson? All right. So the Mysticals, the website we always like to watch, shit, has put together uh, a little highlight reel for us so we can see what's going on. Which means I don't have to keep checking different channels and all that. You know what I'm saying? Big up their Mysticals. Go over there, subscribe. Big channel. You know what I'm saying? We always use these for the fight highlights to see what go on. But they're starting off with Craig Richards. Let's have a look what Craig Richards is bringing. Overhand rights. Oh, that was pretty nice. Overhand right, dip to the body, then a sharp right hook. Sent his man to the canvas. Craig Richards. So who's this now? Willie Hutchins. I'm saying. So let's have a look. Great pull counter, pull shot, coming in with some hooks. Go hitting the body, going upstairs. Stands up a bit straight, too straight for my liking. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But he's got good technique. It's kind of light on his feet. He's got good technique. Can't lie. He does look good. Sorry if the audio quality is lacking. Like I said, I left the headset at the missus's yard, so I have to roll with this little headset thing now. But yeah, Craig Richards versus Bar, good body shot there. Overhand was a bit whack. The second one was alright, and then slumped in with the left hook straight after. From what I'm seeing so far, to make an early analysis, is Craig Richards is a bit wild, but he does seem like he carries a bit of torque, a bit of power. Um, that was a nice shot there. What was that? Just an overhand hook. It was a kind of like an overhand right hook. So as you can see, he does. I don't know whether this was an accumulation of damage, or whether that was what it looked like was a one-shot potter. Let's have a look here. So he's good at creating angles, good flick out jab, good hook to follow it up, uppercut. I like what I'm seeing here with Hutchinson. I think he's a lot more technically sound. His defense, I haven't seen him defending too much. His opponents he's been fighting haven't really been bringing it to him. Good movement, turning his man against the ropes. But like I said, this guy could just be anybody, you know what I'm saying? This guy could just be a tomato can. Mind you, all the fighters, Richards and Hutchinson are fighting, are going to be tomato cans, isn't it? That's just what it is. But yeah, he looks good. He doesn't look like he carries too much power. He's got good speed, okay footwork, good shot selection. Haven't seen him in a storm. That's one thing Richards will bring. So I need to see this Hutchinson in a little war if we can, because everyone he's been fighting so far has not been throwing back. Mind you, we haven't seen too much of Richards either throwing back. Let's have a look now. Good double jab. He's a little less accurate than Hutchinson, but I feel like he's a bit quicker. Stands a bit straight up on his hooks as well. I don't really like that. Good uppercut there though. Good footwork there. Accuracy is lacking. He's not shy of throwing, but I think he's a bit rough around the edges. I'm not I'm not really convinced with Craig Richards right now. Good hooks. Referee waved it off. Let's have a quick look at some Hutchinson footage. Good little jab there. I feel like Hutchinson's a lot more accurate with his punches. Punch selection is good. Doesn't look like he carries that much power, but his opponents are getting hurt. Like I'm saying, haven't seen him in a war as of yet. But he looks like a all-round good fighter, to be honest. Let's take a quick look at a few more. Good jab there, stepping jab. And again, good hook to follow it up. Another good hook, wobbles the legs of the opponent. Okay, that was the one we caught earlier. So he's not the best technically. He's a bit wild. Footwork's a bit mad. The shots he throws look a bit awkward. But he does seem like he's got a bit of power. We'll take one more look at some Willie Hutchinson highlights, and then I'll make my fight prediction for the fight. I'm trying to get 5 out of 5. If you watched the Usyk versus Fury prediction, I got that 100% right. So the more time fight prediction percentage is around 95%. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting 95% of fight predictions correct. Might not be to the T, might miss a round, or it might be a UD instead of a split decision, or you know what I'm saying. But Usyk fight, I got 100% correct, even down to the round and what split decision and everything. But yeah, I've had enough of looking at this fight. Yeah. So jab was a bit light. Hutchinson's got speed though. He carries speed as well, and he's a lot more accurate. His punches look cleaner. His technique's better. But whether that means he can weather the storm, I don't know. I haven't seen him weather the storm yet in any of these highlights. What you know what I mean? The guy he's fighting is not really throwing, just trying to move and avoid getting whacked up. And to be honest with you, I think that is enough of that one. We've had a quick look at what both fighters bring to the table. Um, so I better make my fight prediction. So yeah, I feel like the first fight on the card is gonna go to Frank Warren. I feel like Willie Hutchinson's got way better technique, more accurate with his punches. He's quick as well, and he's got better footwork, better ringmanship, if that's a word. You know what I'm saying? He's better at moving his opponent around and placing him in a position where he wants him. And yeah, so I'm gonna go for Willie Hutchinson win. I'm gonna say it's gonna go the full distance. I think it'll go 12 rounds, and he'll win on a split decision. Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be a split decision win. Willie Hutchinson, 12 rounds, split decision. That's my more time monks sealed approval prediction. You know what I'm saying? And that's the first one. Frank 1-0 up so far on the fighter card. Let's take a quick look at the next fight on the roster. And that will be do you reckon they'll put Bivol versus Sinad? Yeah, they might do. I reckon Ford and Bull will fight before Bivol, but we'll do it in the order that we got it here anyway. Next up, we got Bivol versus Zinad. Again, all these fights are happening on June the 1st, 2024, Saturday, tomorrow, in the Kingdom of Riyadh. DAZN pay-per-view for the UK and the US. 12 rounds at light heavyweight. Belts on the line. The WBA Super World Light Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Both. Just check this. That's all back to normal. Gone a bit yellow, but it is what it is. Um, so yeah, as you can see, Bivol has a 22-0 record, and Sinad has a 22-0 record. So it's pretty even if you're looking at records. I know I haven't seen much of Zinad before. Bivol I've seen quite a lot. It's fucking bullshit. It's bullshit, fam. But anyway, tail of the tape. Bivol's age 33 with a height of 6 foot, with a reach of 72 inches, fighting out of the orthodox stance. As you can see from the form, bare UDs, no knockouts. He ain't getting no knockouts. Bivol's just pointing everybody to a unanimous decision, no splits, just punching people up for 12 rounds. So he's got 22 wins, 11 big wins coming by way of KO with a KO percentage of 50%. That's way too low for me. He holds power, so I don't know why he's not getting his opponents out of there, to be honest with you. Um, 0 losses, 0 draws, 184 per rounds. So that's Bivol. And then Zinad is 30 with a height of 6 foot 1 inch. They haven't got his reach. So that is telling me he's not fought that much if they don't really have the info on him, or he has fought a lot but no one's really covering his fights, or I don't know what's going on. Fighting out of the orthodox stance, his form suggests what I'm saying earlier with an MD 12. What's that? A majority decision, 12 round win. And that's all we got to go on for form. He's had 22 wins, 16 coming by way of KO, with a KO percentage of 73. So he falls short of the Moretime knockout percentage approval of 75%. He comes just below that. But again, because we haven't seen him much of his career, I can't really make a judgment on who he's getting out of there. You know what I'm saying? Whether his opponents have been of any quality, where I know Bivol has fought quite a lot. Also, I feel like they're just trying to get Bivol's name out there, so they're putting him up against tin cans. And I think by what I'm seeing, I'm gonna make the judgment that Zinad has just been stat padding, fighting tomato cans. I mean, the Ring magazine is ranked 10th, so he's just broke into the top 10. Um, yeah, just broke into the top 10. Right, what we're gonna have to do, I wasn't gonna do look at these guys' highlights because I've seen quite a lot of Bivol, but what I will do is have a look at Zinad quickly just to see what he's bringing to the table. I've already made my prediction, just haven't said it yet. I'm just going with the. Let's have a quick look then. The Mysticals, they got it. These guys always provide, so make sure you go over, like, subscribe, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Malik. So, little small hall events. He looks like he's got a sick right hand. His right hand, he's dropping my man. My man looks like any guy, local bricklayer, local scaffolder, and that. You know what I'm saying? Just come to get punched up, waved off. Another small hall event. York Hall. So what's this? Frank Warren? Yeah, it must be York Hall, isn't it? Low budget ones. I know. I don't really see Eddie Hearn fighting in York Hall and that. Not fighting, but putting fights on in York Hall. It's more of a Frank Warren situation. Again, I can't really make a judgment on even the footage. Good overhand right, another overhand right, jab, cross, jab, jab, hook. He does mix it up a bit. From what we can see here, he's mixing it up a little bit. Not doing too much. Puts man down with the right hand. Bob's your uncle. Let's take a quick look at this one. Yo, bent man's leg back with that one. Oh, he's just dropping this. Little man's getting punched up. Little man's trying to hold on for dear life. Catching hooks. Trying to give hooks, but getting a straight right, left, right. Way uppercut. Bang. Got man out of there. So he's got a good punch selection as well. Oi! Made man see stars. Good 1-2. Followed up by some good hooks. This Donny's all over the shop. Don't know who he's fighting, but fighting on Spike, you know. That's a mad boxing channel. Never heard of Spike before. Let me know in the comments if you've watched fights on Spike. I ain't watching no fights on Spike. But he got man out of there anyway. But it's all small hall tomato cans he's fighting. And I mean, you could have an upset, but that'll probably be the biggest upset I've ever seen in my life if he gets Bivol out of there. So let me just go to my fight prediction. So for the second fight, probably won't be the second fight on the card, maybe the third. I'm going for a Bivol win. So that makes it 1-1. We got Willie Hutchinson for Frank Warren, and we got Bivol for Eddie Hearn. So that's the first two fights out of the way. Made my fight predictions. Oh, I got to give it around. It's going to be a UD, another UD in the bag for Bivol. It's going to be a good performance from Bivol. He's just going to be punching him up for 12 rounds. And so that's my, going to go UD Bivol. On to the next one. Let me just load that one up. So yeah, people, the next one we got on the bill, which looked kind of good from the press conference. These two Donnies, I reckon they're gonna bring the smoke, man. They're gonna bring the smoke. Let's head over to the screen capture. Quickly select it. We have Bull versus Ford. I've seen Bull fight on a few Frank Warren undercards. Haven't seen too much of Ford, but from the hype and the talk that Eddie's been giving is that he's a big prospect, more than a prospect, but like a prospect of being a great. Let's get into the tail of the tape. Like I said before, fights on Saturday the 1st of June in the Saudi Arabia. Fights will be shown on the Zone pay-per-view in both the United Kingdom and the States. Belts on the line. We got the WBA World Featherweight Championship on the line. Ford being the holder, the current holder. He has a record of 15-0. Bull has a record of 19-0. So both of these mans got one draw on their record. We'll start off with Ford. Ford is 25 with a height of 5'7", a reach of 68.9 inches, fighting out of the southpaw stance. As you can see from the form chart, he's been doing bits. Got a split decision in the 10th, UD in the 10th, knockout in the 8th, UD in the 12th, TKO in the 12th. 15 wins, 8 coming by way of KO with a KO percentage of 53. So he's lacking a little bit in the KO department, but I think these lighter mans struggle to knock mans out. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just what it is with the lighter weights. So it's normally a boxing masterclass involving these guys. Then we got Nicky Bull, you know, age 27. He's 5'5" with a reach of 65 inches, giving up height and reach. He's fighting out of the orthodox stance. On the form chart, he's had a TKO in the 12th, TKO in the 1st, TKO in the 12th, UD in the 12th, and a split decision draw in the 12th. He has 19 wins, 11 coming by way of KO with a KO percentage of 58. So like I said earlier, the lighter weights tend to struggle to knock man out, but they'll be getting UDs and going the full 12, knocking man out when they're tired. That's what Bull's been doing. And I've watched a bit of Nick Bull. He's compact, you know what I mean? He's quick, strong. He should have won the split decision, I feel, like in the fight. I feel like he won it, but it went to a draw. Um, Rankings, these man ain't really ranked like that. So that's the tail of the tape for the fight of Nick Ball versus Ford. Um, not going to look at footage. Should I look at footage? Let me see what Ford is bringing because I need to see if he can deal with pressure. Raymond Ford. Be using the same channel to look at the highlights. I rate these guys. Make sure you go over there, like, subscribe, all of the good stuff. Raymond Ford. Good punch selection. Nice hook. That was flowing. That was a flowing, snappy hook. I like that. Be like water. You know what I'm saying? Them ones are the ones that hurt. Slap man down with a right hook. Good footwork. Trading. Good job. Good hook. I mean, it doesn't look too special, but like I'm saying, I haven't seen that much of Ford. Again, good punch selection. So yeah, he looks all right. He looks all right. Nick Ball's a strong guy. I don't really need to look at Nick Ball's highlights because I've seen what he's bringing to the table. You know what I'm saying? And if you haven't, make sure you go check out some highlights of both fighters. But I'm going with Ford on this one, just by Eddie Hearn's talk, man. He sold the dream to me, and I feel like Nick Ball is there to be got. But he's not a shit fighter by all means. Nick Ball is a decent fighter, doing good stuff. Um, yeah, good stuff. I'm gonna go for 4-2-1. Next we got, let's have a look at it. Next we got Shiraz versus Williams. Again, in the press conference, it looked like it's going to be a sensational fight. Both of these dons going to bring the A game. Um, yeah, both these dons going to bring their A game. Sorry about that, people. We dropped out for a second. Dropped out for a split second, but we're back. We back. Let's get it. Let's get it. Shiraz versus Williams. Tail of the tape. 12 rounds at lightweight. Uh, a record of 19 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws. Williams has 16 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws. Uh, Shiraz is 25 with a height of 6'3", 75.2-inch reach, fighting out of the orthodox stance. Form is knockout in the second, TKO in the fifth, TKO in the second, TKO in the second, TKO in the first. I'm not saying that Williams is gonna lose, but Williams is gonna lose, man. Um, yeah, Shiraz has a 19 wins, 15 coming by way of KO with a KO percentage of 79%, 0 losses, 0 draws. All good. Williams, on the other hand, has 16 wins, 11 by way of KO with a KO percentage of 69. No belts on the table. It's going to be an entertaining fight, 100%, 100%. But I'm not even looking at highlights. I'm going straight in with my prediction for this one, and Shiraz is going to beat Williams. It's going to be a knockout in the seventh or eighth. I'll say seventh round knockout by Shiraz. So what's that? That makes it 2-2, 2-2, two apiece so far. Um, so that's two apiece for Frank. I don't know why my shit's just tripping out, but it fucking is. The cam's just dropping in and out, but you know what it is, people. More time is more time. One man band business, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here just doing things. You know what I'm saying? Cuz we are just doing things. But let me just quickly check that's all good. On to the next one. Let me line this one up. We got Dubois versus Hrgovic. Quickly, you know what I'm saying? Can't be looking yellow on screen like a Simpson. So yeah, we got Daniel Dubois versus Hrgovic. Another great fight. This is where the card for me gets interesting. Um, Daniel Dubois has got 20 wins, 2 losses, 0 draws. Hrgovic has got 17 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws. I feel like now Daniel's lost, Frank doesn't really care if he loses. You know what I mean? Like he's not trying to protect him no more. He's throwing Daniel right into the fire. The belt's on the line. The vacant IBF Interim World Heavyweight Championship. So there is something to fight for as well. Daniel Dubois is 26 with a height of 6'5" with a reach of 78 inches, fighting out of the orthodox stance. The form, he's had a knockout in the first, KO in the fourth, TKO in the third. He lost in the ninth, was at Usyk, and then beat Jarrell Miller by TKO in the 10th. He's had 20 wins, 19 coming by way of KO with a KO percentage of 95%. Daniel's got the Wicked Man knockout record. Knocked out everybody apart from Usyk. Is that right? That can't be right because he lost to Joe Joyce. He did lose to Joe Joyce, didn't he? I swear he lost out to Joe Joyce. Fuck knows. I know he did. So he's got his KO percentage ain't that high. Then it can't be because he's got one more loss because he lost to Usyk and he lost to Joyce. Yeah, got punched in the eye and quit. Took a knee and quit. Yeah, so his fight knockout percentage is maybe about 92% because he's lost twice. Ah, you can see, yeah, it does say two losses. So why has he got 20 wins, 19? Okay, yeah, nice. It's true. It is true. Two losses, so he does have a knockout percentage of 95%. I must be high, brother. You get me? But it is what it is. Two losses, stopped twice. Joyce and Usyk, 82 per rounds. Then we got Hergovic, 17 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 14 coming by way of KO with a KO percentage of 82. So both of these mans are hitters. You know what I'm saying? You're getting hit or quit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why Hergovic is taking this fight, to be honest. It's pretty dangerous fighting Daniel Dubois right now, considering his knockout percentage. But he has lost twice, and Hergovic hasn't. But whether that means Hergovic has been protected and hasn't fought, because I feel like he lost to Zhang. When he fought Zhang, I feel like he lost, but he managed to get that decision. Don't really need to look at these man's highlights, know what these men are about. If you don't, you can check out the highlights yourself. I'm going for a Hergovic win, man. I'm going for a Hergovic win. It's going to be a TKO in the ninth. I'm going for a TKO in the ninth round for Hergovic. I think Daniel Dubois will hurt him, will do business, but in the later part of the fight, fade and get stopped. So now we're on to the last one on the card, the main event. This is a good fight, another good fight. Probably my favorite fight of the card. It's got to be in it. It's main card, main fight business. But we got Deontay, the Bronze Bomber, versus Big Bang Zhang. You know what I'm saying? All to a fight for both of these men have lost, but they're both knockout bangers. We got Deontay Wilder up first, 43 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. He's 38 years old with a height of 6'7", 83.1-inch reach, fighting out of the orthodox stance. Form-wise, he's got a 7th round TKO of, who was his last fight before? That might have been Ortiz. Knocked out Ortiz in the 7th. Lost to Fury. Lost to Fury. KO'd, what's his name? The fucking Viking guy who AJ knocked out. Can't think of his name right now. But anyway, banged him out in 1 round. And then he lost to Joseph Parker, unanimous decision, 12 rounds. 43 wins, 42 coming by way of KO, with the highest KO percentage I have seen on the Moretime Monks Boxing Breakdown channel. 98%. Wilder is a banger. No technique, no skills, no footwork. He's just heart and knockouts. You know what I'm saying? 3 losses, stopped twice, 1 draw. Big Bang Zhang, 26 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. He's 41, 6'6", with a reach of 78 inches, fighting out of the southpaw stance. Form, he's got a first round KO. He lost a UD decision to, is it Hergovic or? Yep. Then he knocked out Joyce twice, and then he lost to Joseph Parker. Was it Joseph Parker? Yeah, it was Joseph Parker, wasn't it? Was it Joseph Parker? Something tells me it's. Anyway, he's got 26 wins, 21 coming by way of KO with a KO percentage of 81%. 2 losses, 0 draws, 0 losses, 1 draw. There's no belts on the line for this one, but it's just a banger. 2 men that basically, if they lose, they'll be out of the runnings. You know what I mean? They'll be falling back. They'll be falling back down. They'll be falling back down the ladder. Snakes and ladders in the boxing game. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I got people messaging me and that. You know what I'm saying? That's bad hosting. Bad hosting. But it is what it is, people. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, one man band business. I'm doing it all. I'm doing a lot. Doing it all, cuz. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it is. But yeah, for this one, fight predictions. Oi. I'm going with a Wilder win, you know? I'm going with a Wilder win. I think he knocks out Zhang in around the 7th or 8th round. I think Zhang is a better boxer, got way more tools, but he does have a shit gas tank. Stamina's a big issue for Zhang. Um, Wilder has stamina issues as well, but not as bad. Zhang just stops moving altogether. As soon as he's tired, he might walk you down still with a high guard, but he ain't going to be throwing shit. Whereas Wilder will be tired and just throwing, winging, windmilling punches. But I think it's going to be. I think Wilder's going to get the knockout. Something's just telling me we're scheduled. We're scheduled for the Wilder knockout train to arrive at the station. I feel like. Again, he's the shitter fighter. He's on the down and out. But I feel like he's got one more little. He's got he's got something else in him. One last push. One last push for some money or like I don't think he'll get any belts. I don't think he can beat Usyk or Joshua or Fury. Um, Zhang is a good fighter for him though. It puts him in the top 5 if he bangs out Zhang. If Zhang gets banged at, puts him back in the mix of the top 5. He won't ever go higher than that, but adds a bit more credibility to his resume, and it gives him another run in the Riyadh in Saudi Arabia because they people love watching Wilder. Like I like watching Wilder. He's a shit fighter, but I watch his fights all day long because he's just knocking people out horribly, you know, or he's just getting knocked out. Like it's do or die for Wilder, innit? It's sword or shield business. Like he's either gonna fall on the shield or fucking slew man with the sword. I've been missing the super chats, man. What's been going on? Cajoling train. What you saying, my brother? Sorry if I missed your chats and that. Man's been in full flow, you know what I'm saying, and been having a few technical difficulties as well. As you can see, I've got this dead headset on. Not using my mic today. Cam's been wigging out, dropping frames. It's been popping off over here, bruv. But yeah, how you been, cajoling train? Hope you're all good, family. What's your prediction for any of the fights? Let me know your predictions if you got one. But yeah, I'm going for the Wilder knockout, man. I'm going for the Wilder knockout. What did I say? Around the seventh or eighth round? I'll go with the eighth round knockout. Deontay Wilder rejuvenate his little Saudi Arabia career. Get him to fight Joshua after or sometime in the mix. You know what I mean? Or even try bring Dillian White into the fold if Dillian White can fight out. Let's get it mixing, man. Let's get Wilder the win and let's get the fucking the boxing train moving. You know what I mean? And then on the next card, let's get Dillian White involved, man. Dillian White versus Zhang, or let him work his way up. You know what I mean? Because he can have fight with Wilder, Tyson Fury 2, Parker 2. Um, did he fight Parker twice? Right? Whatever, you know what I mean? Let's get more fighters involved, but it does make sense for Wilder to win rather than Zhang. Like I said, I think Zhang's cajoling train says Zhang wins. He also says, Sorry I haven't been here in ages. Don't worry about that, cuz you're back, you know what I'm saying? You're back in full effect, my brother. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But it's good to have you back, and you give Zhang the win. Oh, like I'm saying, Zhang's got power. Zhang can bang. You know what I'm saying? But Wilder just, I don't know. He's took too many losses, too many L's, and if he does, or it could be the last. You could be right. It could be the last payday experience for Wilder, Deontay Wilder at the big time, at the table. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But I have to go with Wilder, man. I have to. I prefer Zhang as a fighter, but the last fights I've seen of Zhang hasn't given me much confidence. He's stamina issues, man, and that is a big thing in boxing. Like he could have a good start to the fight, first 5 rounds, he might just win all 5 rounds. You know what I mean? Hit a man with the fucking southpaw, straight left cannon punch. You know what I'm saying? The one man, the one punch man. You know what I'm saying? Banger. However, as soon as that goes past the seventh round, it's curtains. You know what I mean? Because the work just stops automatically, and he doesn't. There's no second wind. You know what I mean? There's no like burst of energy that will come. He's just be finished. So even though my Donny cajoling train is going for the Zhang win, I'm going with Deontay Wilder win. You know what I'm saying? So that leaves it 4-2 to Eddie Hearn. Matchroom are going to win by 4 fights to 2. But and but hold up, Shiraz is going to win, so that's captain, so that's double points there. However, Wilder will win, who's the captain of Eddie Hearn's team. So Eddie Hearn will get the big win. You know what I'm saying, people? 4-2 to Matchroom. Queensbury in the bin. Um, and hopefully that will bring back a bit of beef. You know what I'm saying, between these two. You know what I mean, between these two there. You know what I'm saying? Fish eyes and fucking car salesman. Hopefully we get a spectacular night of boxing. You know what I mean? It will be a good card. It's 5 on 5. You know what I mean? 5 good fights. Wouldn't say they're all 50-50s, but majority of them I would say are 50-50s. You know what I mean? Um, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. There's a few on their card that I'm looking forward to, especially. Well, I'm looking forward to all of them. They've all got a little element in them. You know what I mean? Will Shiraz get banged out? You know what I mean? Will fucking Nick Ball get banged out? So it's gonna be a spectacle, no matter what you say. Um, but yeah, hopefully after it's done, we can resume normal service with Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, and we no longer have to look at the combination, the disgusting combination of these two guys being super friendly with each other and all that bullshit. Because it's just horrible, man. It's just horrible watching them get on. Like these man, when like any villain or hero in a film like start working together, and it's just some dead thing because after they're gonna be going back chatting grease about each other and trying to fucking get the dub over the other one. And hopefully we can go back to that because I don't know what Turkey Al Sheikh has done, man. It's a good thing for the fans and boxing. We get the fights we wanna see. But I preferred it when they were just going at each other, man. Those were the best interviews ever. Like Bricktop was easily rattled. Eddie Hearn was just, you know what I mean, going in. And then like Anthony Joshua lost. So Frank Warren was like getting on Matchroom and like Anthony Joshua. And then now Tyson Fury's lost. He's down bad, you know what I mean? His main horse, the Gypsy King, the GK, got smoked. You know what I'm saying? Got rolled and smoked, and now he's on the down. So it's been peaks and troughs, swings and roundabouts, snakes and ladders for both Eddie and Frank Warren. But the combination of the two, I don't know what abomination has been created there. But it is what it is, people. This has been an extra long special of the Monks boxing breakdown. Normally, I like to keep these ones short and sweet, but seeing as it was the 5-on-5, had to give a little run through of each fight with my fight prediction. Had to look at some footage of some of the fighters I'm not too familiar with. But I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. Let's have a look and see how many of my 5 predictions I get right. And let's keep the more time boxing breakdown fight predictions spectacle going, man, because I've been on a streak. I've been on a roll. I think since I started the channel, the fights I covered, you know what I'm saying? And if I did the one for last week, I would have got that one right too. You know what I mean? Because I knew Taylor was going to lose. You know what I'm saying? Jack Cattrall just smacked him up. But yeah, people, it is what it is. More time. It is more time. I'm the Monk. You've been watching Monk's Boxing Breakdown number 23. It's been special. The 5v5 Eddie Hearn versus Frank Warren. It's tomorrow. It's about to go down. Saturday, the 1st of June. It's popping off, people. Make sure you tune in. I will be trying to do a watch along to that 100%. So come through, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We are on the road to 500 subaroos. You know what I'm saying? To help a brother out and hit that subscribe button. We are building. But like I said, more time is more time. I'm the Monk. You've been watching Monk's Boxing Breakdown number 23. I'm out of here. Salute.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?